growing up was very exciting, like most children, especially in agrarian communities like my town, Umutu. We enjoyed going to the farm with our parents before we decided to go to receive formal education. We started like any other person at the primary school level, St. Michael Catholic School, Umutu. That's my town. Because that time it was not easy for people to get admission into secondary school. I personally found it easier, a bit more comfortable. After 1 year teaching, I got admission into St. Thomas College, Igbuzo, where I read for 4 years and got my TC2. Immediately after, still angling for higher education, I still felt I should go to university. But to go to university means, of course, going through some hurdles. Fortunately for me, I had an opening. And that opening was simply the Western Region Teachers College, Ibadan. Came to my knowledge, and then we started fighting to go to Western Region Teachers College. I enjoyed Western Region Teachers College experience because eventually it metamorphosed into the first Nigerian College of Education. And indeed, that was Ransom Kuti College of Education in Ibadan. And I moved again further, almost immediately to the University of Lagos. I was admitted and I finished my course. Because of the Civil War interregnum, we had to pass through difficult times. Eventually, I graduated in 1970. Initially, I was studying for combined honors degree in English and history. But at the end of my course, it was only the Department of History that made available to us single honors degree, which at that time was seen by us as superior to combined honors. So I had to take advantage and let my study of English the final year, and I came closer to the study of history. So I now obtained, at the end of my course, a BA degree in history. I had, as it were, shall I call it, chronic ambition to become this or that. So I was thinking of going further still. And I thought at the University of Lagos I should go and read for higher degrees in other places. So ambitiously, I applied for admission into University of Calgary, Canada. At the end of the day, there was every reason to admit me. But financial constraints, again, dictated my not moving further. When it was time for me to retire my professional experience, I still felt that I should go and read law. Because I didn't think myself I was going to be able to do any other thing, to go to farming, go to agriculture. Not possible for me. I didn't have the stamina. So I said, let me read law as part-time student at the University of Benin. I read that and obtained my Bachelor of Law at University of Benin in 1992. I didn't go immediately to the law school because my appointment as our election as chairman of Ndokwa West local government kept my going to the law school on hold. So it was after I finished my council work, I had to go to law school and completed the BL there and called to the bar 1996. Had a very challenging, exciting experience as teacher, as principal of schools. I was quite endeared to the teaching profession. I wanted to deliver the good for the good of children who will grow tomorrow to become good Nigerians. The first port of call after my graduation was St. George College, Obinamba, where I grew students and tried to prepare them for their school certificate examination in English language. And indeed, St. George College stole the show during my time as teacher in St. George. Then I moved after about 2 2 years to ICC Benin, where again I taught English language. For 2 years I was there. I had to be moved again when I was promoted to become vice principal of a school, and that was Martin Teachers Training College in Seluku, or precisely what they call Martin College. I was the vice principal of that school for good 2 years. Within the period again, I made my mark as English language teacher. And I sometimes, of course, with my workload as vice principal, I was doing a lot of administrative work. I worked there until I left again, on transfer this time, to Benaba Grammar School, Agbo, where I sojourned for only a while. And because of a challenge, I came to the teaching service board at that time in St. Thomas College, Igboza, where I was trained. There was vacancy arising from long leave of a reverend father who was highly respected by the government. And so they wanted an old student of that school to become the principal of St. Thomas College, Igboza. I had to accept the challenge. And there I stayed. Incidentally, the man was on leave. The reverend father was my principal. He came back to meet me on his seat. That's the greatest, I think, source of joy for me, that I acted for my principal who groomed me in that same school. He came back from his long leave to find me on his seat. In actual fact, I didn't find it easy. I found it a bit uneasy for my principal to see me on his seat. But I had an understanding Reverend Father Jones. He said, Daniel, oh, see, good man is good. And they found my coming a great relief. I stayed there until I was again transferred, this time to Edo College, Benin City, as the deputy principal. I met 3 other vice principals working under late Reverend Canon Ayeni, who was the principal. So I was the oldest among the vice principals. I took charge again in helping to make sure that the school was run easily. And Canon Ayeni found it very, very interesting to work with me. There, in fact, my life, the life of my family, blossomed in that place until we were given a school to go and run, this time to SC College, Warri, where I stayed again for 1 year because my activities were being politicized. Even though I was helping, there were angels of darkness who were not working against us. And then it became necessary for me to be taken to Hebrew College, Agbaroto, where I worked as principal of the school for 5 years. To me, those they considered as my friends, the Hebrew family. So I enjoyed working there for 5 years with all the challenges of co-educational institution, until I was moved again after 5 years. History repeating itself again, as it were, because I had to go back to almost the very beginning, Martin College again, this time as the principal, not the vice principal. But as I was trying to settle down, within 1 year or 2, or about 2 years, an opening came. Again, an advantage for me. I applied for transfer service because I was employed by then Bender State University, Ekboma, as the first substantive principal of the University Secondary School in 1987. I worked round the clock for them, used up my know-how to make sure that students of Bender State University, Ekboma, got the proper education I wanted to have, because I saw myself usually as a shepherd, as a good shepherd. Wherever there was any time, any opportunity for me to go to class, I got to teach English language. And I endeared myself to university. As a matter of fact, I was due for retirement after those 2 years. And I wanted to, the university wanted to retain my services, but subject to the agreement of our major employer, the Teaching Service Board, that transferred my service. I wasn't lucky enough to get the cooperation of the Teaching Service Board, so they didn't extend my service. I had to borrow out of service in December 1989 from Ambrose, then of course Bender State University Secondary School, now Ambrose Ali University Secondary School. Part of my wife is unquantifiable. Unquantifiable. It's indescribable. I've never seen such a, I've been so lucky to have such a wonderful wife. Eminently good, eminently positive. She's helped me in every situation. I relied on her. The confidence I reposed in her made me succeed in everything I did. I never did anything arbitrarily. I never did anything without rehearsing what I want to do. We discussed to help me run my institutions. When challenges came, she was there to help me. Moment of joy, she was there to give me comfort. Throughout all the challenges in the places I worked, she was instrumental to the success I achieved. Principal of a school, usually I was lucky to have it to be running boarding schools. So my house is there, the students for me, now I'm taking care of, also within reach. Professional life wasn't suffering, because I easily, even in the night, I go to check students in the prep. I come back into my house and ensure my children are sleeping well, and ensure my children at a time at least are healthy. If it's necessary for us to take anybody for medical attention, we did with ease, because facilities were there. I had a car, and we were within the same environment. So I had no difficulties in running my home and running the school par passer. Many good things happened to me in life, but the one I think I enjoyed most was when in 2013, after my retirement, I saw my name in the newspapers as one of the 15 Nigeria's best teachers, inviting me for recognition. So by the time I got to the podium, my joy, shall I say, exploded. My joy exploded. And I saw that is the very opposite of what I thought before, that man is never remembered for his good work. But that day, I seem to have been remembered for my good work. In June 12, Coach was sent to Abeokuta as Nigeria's best teacher, an accolade for which a former president of America, Bill Clinton, had to come and hand over their awards. So it was a great day. This was it in that dawn. To be alive and to be young was very heaven. So says William Wordsworth. My retirement, people who knew me were always reminding me that you have so much experience. All the various schools you taught, all your students talk about you. Why not put something in writing? People's desire to see me put my thoughts in writing, one of the things that inspired me. And so I took the challenge and wrote the reminiscences, showing graphically my experiences as principal of different schools I was opportunity to be principal. And there are so many challenges for teachers, for those who find themselves in this situation. I found myself on different occasions, but also have something to learn from it. Another thing that inspired, the other book was inspired by the goings on in my community. So many things were going haywire. Desire for power, quest for power, people angling for power, fighting. I had to, in that book, use it as a parody of human foibles. The word infamy, without thinking so much, reminds you of inhuman activities, activities that are not in keeping with the desire of the community. Evil activities all constitute infamy. Evil desire all constitutes infamy. Evil applications of power constitute infamy. Inordinate ambition for power constitutes infamy. Destroying people in order to live constitutes infamy. Unnecessary acquisition of wealth constitutes infamy. And indeed, it's Mr. Madness. You want to acquire wealth, forgetting that the Bible says, fool, this night your soul will be required of you. So, the price of infamy, you must pay the price of any evil thing you do. The law of nemesis tells you a man reaps what he sows. This arena, an unusual sea of heads have gathered here. A galaxy of men, of eminent men and women, from all nooks and crannies, even across the oceans, are here all because of me. If you were in my shoes. So, as soon as I'm seeing this arena, what occurs to me is what occurred to William Wordsworth when he saw the Westminster Bridge. His emotion exploded, and he was saying, "Earth has not anything to show more fair. Nor would it be a soul so could pass by sight, so touching in His majesty. This arena, this gathering, doth like a garment wear the beauty of the morning." I was up there. So the same feeling. I'm mesmerized by this attendance of people. But it's the work of well-meaning people, well-meaning Nigerians. Those who have heard about me, those who know me, my own children, associates, my own friends, friends of my children, my professional colleagues, lawyers and educationists, the Ministry of Education. What do I say but to say big thank you to all. Big thank you to all. Inner beauty, according to John Keats, is a joy forever. It will give me perpetual joy. God will bless all my children for their zealous interest in encouraging me to write these books. God will bless their friends who are anxious to see the father of their children write these books. God will bless the Ministry of Education, the commissioners for education, who may not have known me, but have given me the opportunity to see them. God will bless them. God will bless my colleague Nice, my tool to be part of this ceremony. I know my Grand President of Knights of St. John, I must thank him, Umemiroro, Chief Honorable Noble Umemiroro. We are grateful to you. I must show immense gratitude to my family friend, a friend of my son, Chief Dr. Paul Enebeli, pharmacist, eminent pharmacist. I cannot name you all, but I have reason to thank especially those children who have come across from far away America to grace this occasion. Who can be luckier than this? Who can be luckier than this? I thank my God for being friends of people like you. I thank God and beg God to bless all of you. You'll never go empty-handed wherever you go. Long life is your name. Your children will do you proud like are doing me today. We'll continue to thank each and every one of us who may not because of my aging status. Remember, otherwise I will continue to pray for all of you gathered here. I'll continue to pray for you, for your heart's desires. God will satisfy your heart's desires. God will grant you your heart's desires. Your children will never disappoint you. I continue to thank God and pray for you. You will never walk when the road is famished. Your life will never be cut short. God bless each and every one of you.